What's up guys, Frightside Halloween back again with a review on Barnyard Butcher. So let's get right into it. So this is him. I got him for a pretty good price of a whole 100 doll hairs, and yeah, he's fully functional. I mean, as you can see, he does have a few creases in his shirt right there from when he was it was folded up in his box, which was too badly damaged, so it was thrown away. But this is one of my favorites. As of right now, that guy right there is my favorite, but at the moment. But I am getting one more prop in a few days, along with another one that I'll be shipping out to somebody, so you guys will see that. But so his retail price was $200, and he was in the 2014 display in the Last Chance Gas, along with a few other props. But he was the main I guess you could say the main, attention grabber, I guess, because he's right at the front. He's super scary looking, and he's holding a severed head, along with a knife right there. Sorry for the shakiness. New tripod, but yeah. So okay. So next we'll just get into detail, I guess. Starting with this guy's head. I will get to a few other things here in a bit with the pants and such, but this one thing I just love about him is his little, like a knot where it's tied. But as you can see, his mouth isn't actually like full, so it's a hollow thin piece of plastic right here. It's not thin, like you can't like flex it. But and then there's a piece of cloth hot glued in there. I need to turn my flash on for that, but so it covers up the whole neck and everything. But his head is made out of a super hard plastic, thick plastic, few millimeters thick, and as you can see, a few little shadows, a few little blood droplets there. Not very pronounced. Looks like it's been on there for a while. And there's his eyes. You can, if you look at it the right way, you can kind of see the hot glue where they're held in. And then you got the string, the yarn kind of going over the eyes. This is one of my favorite heads ever made on a prop. When it comes to China and all that, not professional. But and then you got I want it focused, and then you got the string going over the mouth. So yeah, and then you got the extra burlap. It's a little more fine than burlap, but it's pretty close, I guess. And there's the side of his head. You see a little stitching up there. But yeah, very detailed. You have that rope around his neck, and then tied here at the back. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the head. Has the two red LED light up eyes. His mouth moves. I love the way it moves. I know it is like a skeleton, I'm not sure what company, but I mean, I don't know, I can't think of a prop right now that has that type of movement, but this has burlap over it, so it looks really good. So now we'll get on to the lower half, and there's that crease I was talking about, going along it. I want to get rid of that, but yeah, so this guy was brand new in his box, and he didn't, as you can see, there's no foam in his arms. So, and then down here to the head, we'll get to that in a little bit, and then same on this arm, there's no foam. So I'm gonna have to get some foam for it, but this is his motion sensor. It's got the old style, the long ones. It's not just like one of the newer types on Seasonal Visions props or any of that, but see, there's this other button. I'm not sure why they have a gold ring around it, I'm gonna be completely honest, but yeah, so I mean, this hand you can't even see it. You get a little bit of blood on there. It's not much, just a little bit. It's reasonable. this hand, on the other hand, see what you did there. It's not really a complaint, but it is at the same time. I personally don't care. But tip of his, or the handle of his knife is the same color as his hands. Honestly, if I was a manufacturer, I'd do the same thing. But you know what they say. So the knife is straight. Besides the tip, it looks straight on camera. It's got a little bow, and it's practically straight. Some of them are really bowed. But then you see the seam going across his fingers. That ain't nothing though. Got the blood splatter all over that. Blood splatter all over the knife. And you can see on his, what is this called? Overalls, right? Yeah, something like that. You can see the blood from this side. But, okay, you can see that really well on camera. In person, you can barely see all this darkness. To me, it just looks pretty much blue. I could see a little bit hints of, it's not even red, but it kind of looks purple. Not colorblind, I swear. But that's what I was talking about earlier. You can't really see the detail on his legs, but ones in the stock photos, the blood is really pronounced. Not sure if that's an age thing, because he was made in 2014. So I'm not sure, but the head. He has a weird effect to him. It always looks like, not even filming it always looks like it's kind of dirty. But it's not dirty at all. It just looks like that. But, and when I got him, his upper lip was all pushed in. And as you can see down here, it's just the latex ends, and then it's plastic, as you can see. But, and then there's 2 screws in the bottom holding it together. But this guy does have, his mouth moves up, so upper jaw movement, as Jordan would say. But and then he's got the 2 white LED light up eyes. So, yep. And then he's got his blood splatter. I just knocked into hanging meat on accident, but he doesn't look super good. But it's a mass-produced prop. What do you expect? And $200. I mean, yeah. So. His motion sensor can be finicky. Actually, that'll be the next segment. His shoes are, you can see that he has a little bit of rips in his pants too. I forgot about that. Right there and there. And then his shoes just have a little bit of blood splatter on them. That's about it. And then they appear, get the laces, but the pants are so long, kind of meant to just go over it. But yeah. Looks pretty good. Alright, now on to this part. Like, how do I explain it? But, like I was saying, his motion sensor, it's temperamental, but, sometimes it wants to work. It's kind of like, Bloody Bag of Jokes right there. He'll activate a few times and then it just won't want to go off, but, his, it's super sensitive when it wants to be. So I'm not really sure how to explain that. It's not helping you guys at all, but maybe it's just mine, maybe it's not. But you really gotta position his pants too, so you don't see his hip loop right there. Like, it could be really pronounced. Like, I have other pictures of him where it's like what you're focusing on. There's just like a crease there. You don't really see. That's not the hip loop right there. That's just a crease. That's not the hip loop, but I have it so you can't really see it. You can only see a little bit right there, but yeah. And the mouth movement on the severed head is pretty well. I mean, upper jaw movement, it's not a good thing. I always thought this guy was made by New Ray Sun, or that's my bad, Seasonal Visions, but I was told he's made by New Ray Sun as like a special project. I'm not 100% sure on that. You guys can correct me in the comments, but super good detail. I've heard his motor for his body turn does tend to go out. This one was brand new, so I don't have that issue. The motors, they were quite slow when I first turned him on, but his mouth barely moved and the severed head barely moved, but after a few activations, it kind of just, the motors freed up or whatever. I'm sure if it sat for a few more years, it would have been locked, but, you know, this ain't no Jimmy. Not throwing shade, but it happens to all of them. Not really sure what to talk about now, but, you know, it's a very professional review, honestly. Is what it is, but also his shoulder. Oh, one more thing about his shirt. It is lined with not sure the thickness, but it's lined with foam to keep it shape. It's not a straight shirt. That's why there's creases in it right there. Is because of the foam. Or I would be able to iron that out. I don't think I would, because that shirt's mostly feels like nylon pretty much, but yeah, so they're both heads are made out of a super thick plastic. I don't know why they made them that thick. I'm sure they could have saved a little bit of money, but I appreciate that, because I mean, if I stomped on that head, it wouldn't break. It's super thick, but yeah, I think that's about it. I guess now on to the demo. Oh, no, not onto the demo. Like I said, this isn't very professional, but he does have a volume control. I couldn't find it at first. I felt, you know, dumb, but it's not the traditional knob that we see now. It's like a dial. No, not a dial. I don't know how to explain it, but it's on the side of the module, and then you just roll it. I can't think of the name of it, but so yeah, now we will get to the demo. Alright, so I do have them on constant mode. I don't have them on motion sensor, but I will have them on constant mode. I'll go through all the phrases, just pre-recording, because if I plug them in, there's a little delay, but not enough of a delay. So I will go ahead and plug him in real quick.
The farmer in the dell is going straight to hell. My friend here needs a new body. He likes yours. Know why I use a knife instead of a chainsaw? It takes longer. You know what they say, you reap what you sow. Welcome to my farm. You're just in time for the harvest. It's time you build a new scarecrow. Here's a start. Hey, my lantern here is dead. Anybody got a candle?
Gotta be honest there, I lost track of the phrases, so if I accidentally replayed a few, then I'm just gonna have to deal with it. But yeah, he's an amazing prop. I love him. I love him a lot. But he is sold, so well, not sold yet, but I do have another fellow haunter buying him. He just needs to pay me, and then he will be shipped out. And like I said, in a few days I'll be getting 2 Jimmy life sizes. And next is a review on this guy over here. But yep, that was a review for this. This is Fright Side Halloween, and see you later.